So, welcome back guys to a brand new video. Now today, we are going to be going through all of the pictures to do with Genesis Part 2, the new ones that we talked about yesterday, but we're mainly going to be focusing in it all on spaceflight and how the map is going to work. Lots of people are very interested because we obviously now know that we're just going to be on a colony ship, which is the one you can see on your screen right now. And people are wondering, how are we getting all of these biomes into one ship? And that is what I'm going to be talking about to you guys in today's video. Now, as always, if you guys can smash that like button, it really does mean a lot to me. You guys have shown so much support on yesterday's video. It's so motivating. And make sure to be subscribed if you're not subscribed already, as we're on the road to 200,000 subscribers. But let's get in with the video because there's lots to talk about as we're getting closer and closer every day to Genesis Part 2. So as said, this is the final ship art, as you can see, of what it's going to be looking like in the game. Now, one of the biggest things that someone's told me recently is, because a lot of people are asking, are we actually going to be flying around in space, around the ship? So one of the biggest points from someone in the community was, why would Wildcard be showing us the concept art of the outside ship if we weren't actually going to be seeing it from the outside? And I thought that was a really, really good point, because Wildcard shows us how the ship is shaped, everything, single thing. And there's also another one that we did get from Wildcard here, where we get a little bit of a closer in about what this ship is. And I still don't know what this logo is. I have no idea. You guys will have to let me know if you know a little bit more about that. But in recent photos, and I need to find the one that I wanted to show you, this one, we have seen obviously flying pteranodons around the ship, but we do see different spaceships landing, obviously, and being in these different photos. And a lot of people have said, Dom, you've missed a spaceship down there, you've missed a spaceship down here. And also, the biggest thing that most people have talked about is there's space whales. There's the Astradelphis that is going to be flying through. It's a space dolphin as well. I meant, yeah, the space dolphin is the Astradelphis. And that's not going to be flying around inside a ship, isn't it? It's going to be in space. So, but by the way, from what we've broken down and what we've had a look at is, there's a huge chance that we are going to be flying around space, not just in the ship, but outside of the ship in Genesis Part 2. Now, there obviously we have seen some of the inside biomes on the ship, and it does seem a bit strange when you look at the pictures. This picture, the ship looks quite small. This one, it looks a lot bigger because it's from a certain angle. But we've got loads of different biomes, such as this one, which is all inside the ship. So this one is going to be the, I think this is like some sort of like, there'll be a lot of stuff where you can go underneath, and it's a bit more tech, like what you see from these new pictures that were leaked. This is another one that we saw from Caleb, who's obviously does the artwork for ARK Survival Evolved. We see a little creature down there. I thought it was a raptor, but it looks a bit small, so I'm thinking it's maybe well, I didn't think it was going to be a Dilo, but maybe an Oviraptor. And then we obviously have the Scouts. And when you look at this, it kind of looks like that's what's going to be inside this base. And there are big sort of halo rings, which isn't highlighted in this art, but it is on the official ARK wiki, which looks very similar to what you can see in the background of the Genesis ship interior detail in the background. So I want to find out what these rings really are. This one kind of looks a bit like Rockwell in a way, doesn't it? Like, I reckon there's going to be a part to the story that we just had no idea, and it comes out to be very interesting. Now, this one first is another sort of detail of this part of the map, so it's not as exciting. But the one I clicked on before is going to be Rockwell's Garden. So I think this is going to be, from what we know, is going to be fueled with element. It's going to be a very dangerous place to obviously go around. I'm sure you'll see loads of shadow mains in there. I'm sure you'll see so many dangerous things that you're just not going to expect. There's probably some creatures that we don't even know is coming to the game yet. And then this one is actually the insides of Rockwell. Well, this is called the Innards of Rockwell, as you guys can see, or Rockwell Innards concept, where it looks like there's going to be loads of different eyes of Rockwell as seen in the trailer, and you're going to have to obviously fight him from there. The one thing I'm quite excited is, you guys know I'm a massive fan of David Tennant, and what I hope that happens in this is we're actually going to hear him talking a lot more, so when we come and actually challenge him to fight him, David Tennant's going to be speaking to us. Like, I can imagine it's going to be one of those things where you're in a mission where you can hear voices coming from everywhere around, and you don't know where to look, and you don't know who you're fighting. It's going to be very interesting. But coming back to the main idea of the video, which is the being in space for Genesis Part 2. Don't get me wrong, the main part of this is going to be dominated inside the ship. It's obvious, you can see. But when you see this part of the ship, what are you going to really be able to do in this part? Like, you know, there's not really many places to build, there's not much space, so you kind of get those vibes that the different areas, like, so these ones, there's not really going to be much you can build in, but it's going to be like an information station and where you can take off and fly off into space. Whereas with these ones, these are going to be more of the types of areas where you'll be building and going through caves and exploring. And I just think there's a lot of people that are saying they're not too sure about the map, but I think it's going to be fantastic because there's going to be so much that we don't even understand. Obviously, recently even having the announcement of the new RTS mode coming out, the real-time strategy mode, how's it all going to play in? I really believe this is going to be something we've never seen before, and there's just too much to even talk about, you know, until we see the official gameplay trailer. Now, we probably will start seeing some more big Genesis Part 2 news. Obviously, we got these screenshots, artwork shots more recently. But the next thing I think we will see for Genesis Part 2 is, it's got to be the trailer. I don't know whether that will be for another... I mean, sometimes they actually just release the announcement trailer on the day, so that might not be until May 25th, May 26th, and maybe even for the UK, May 27th, because things come out very late for the UK when Wildcard release things. But I'm sure they'll maybe do some more creature teasers, because there's no way... They've released quite a few to us already, but there's no way there's not going to be a few more than... It's the final DLC of ARK, you know, it's going to be crazy. Now, one other question that a lot of people have been asking is there going to be Rexes and Gigas on this? Because I mentioned a point where I said there hasn't been a map where Rexes and Gigas haven't been on. I know there has been, but I mean, in the overall side of ARK, you know, all the modded ones and everything, Rexes and Gigas tend to always make an appearance in some form of a way if they possibly can. And because it's the final DLC, you definitely got to expect that there's going to be some Rexes and Gigas coming around the map. But that is all I can tell you guys right now with Genesis Part 2. These new screenshots are fantastic. They're very exciting, and I cannot wait to see more into how it's going to link between us in space and us in the, obviously, us in the actual ship itself. I mean, I wonder if we're going to be moving at the same time or it's going to be stuck in one spot. I'm going to guess we're stuck in one spot. And because obviously if you're flying out in space and there's a spaceship there and it's moving, you wouldn't want to be like left behind, and you want to be able to move freely around. So I'm going to guess it's going to be still, and then when you complete the ascension of the map, then the ship flies off, which is towards ARK 2. But yeah, it's crazy, it's exciting, and I cannot wait to see even more Genesis Part 2 information. I probably won't expect to see any more Genesis stuff from Wildcard for another 2 to 3 weeks, but hopefully it won't be that long. Thank you very much for watching today's video. As always, smash that like button if you are excited for the possibilities of flying around space in ARK for the first ever time. Subscribe if you're new around here, and I'll catch you guys in my next video very soon. See you guys later.
Welcome, survivor. Enjoy the view. You see before you the pinnacle of mankind's ingenuity. All of humanity's hopes and dreams carefully nestled within this lifeboat. Each of its shining rings are laden with miracles of science and nature. A paradise where the boundary between the biological and technological has been all but erased. And now all of it is mine. I control this vessel now. I command its evolution, and very soon, its destination. From there, my will shall spread across the cosmos forever, infinite and undying. And there's nothing you or that witless puppet, that shadow of her, can do to stop me. I have already set my designs in motion. Our future awaits, survivor.